so I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but a new Tomodachi Life game was just announced in the most recent Nintendo Direct. Obviously this is incredibly exciting as so many of us have been begging Nintendo to make a follow-up to the original for years, and it's so great to see it actually happen. Tomodachi Life Livin' the Dream is releasing in 2026, which is pretty far away, so for now all we have is this minute-long trailer to go off of. Right off the bat, the visuals look fantastic. It looks very similar to New Horizons, and it definitely seems like a bit of a shift in art style for the series. It's a more smooth and polished feel for the Miis than we've ever seen before, which I'm pretty sure I'm a fan of, but it might take some getting used to. The most interesting thing about this whole trailer is that the island is now one big connected location, instead of being split into different segments like it was in the previous games. I'm guessing interior locations will still be a separate thing, but it seems like outside areas are seamlessly connected now. Miis are just wandering around outside instead of being locked into each specific location, which is really exciting to see. We get to hear the beautiful sound of the Mii's voices, and they sound just like they used to.
How refreshing.
I was always scared that they would try to update the voices to sound more lifelike, where the strange sound of the original voices is where a lot of the charm comes from. We can see this Mii stopping to smell the flowers, which means they'll be able to interact with objects that are outside on the island. There's also this grandpa breakdancing. These two Miis here seem to be having a fight, which is an event that would have happened inside an apartment previously. I'm sure there will still be interior spaces that you can decorate and customize, judging by this building scene at the end, so this just makes me think that interactions between Miis won't be limited to just indoor areas. Speaking of apartments, there is no big apartment building to be seen. Instead, there are these smaller houses around the island, sort of like the Mii homes. I'm hoping this means we'll get to see Miis enter and leave their houses in real time since they all have their own dedicated spaces to live in now. I'm interested to see how the camera system will work, since this new open-air design for the island will require some new way to view everything. If I had to guess, it'll probably be something similar to like The Sims or City Builder games where you can move around from a bird's eye point of view and then zoom in to see the Miis up close. This big wide shot of the island gives us the most information, as there's a variety of shops like a grocery store named Fresh Kingdom, a trading store called Right Price, and a clothing store called Wear and Wear. TNC Reno over here is probably a home renovation store like the interior shop, only now maybe you can buy individual pieces of furniture as well. Next to that is MNN, which seems to be the new hub for Mii news that will surely give us plenty of new amazing news stories.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's sounds. These could have been the words that onlookers might have said.
And this building down in the corner is called Tomoria, which is likely the new cafe where Miis can hang out and dramatically break up with each other. This shop named Quick Build is likely the way you build and manage Mii houses, and possibly build stuff around the island like this water fountain. It's not clear yet just how far they're planning to go with the customization this time around. If it's like the original, then the shops will have dedicated spots on the island that you can't change, but if it takes more of a New Horizons approach, you'll likely be able to move everything around. This island does look a lot like Animal Crossing visually, but I think the sharper corners of all the buildings and roads gives it its own unique vibe. And here's the logo for the game, which I initially didn't like, but I'm warming up to it. It's returning to the roots of the series with a logo style more similar to Tomodachi Collection, or the Tomodachi Life logo in other regions besides America. I don't love how much empty space there is here, but it works. I also love the name, as just calling it Tomodachi Life 2 was never a real possibility since technically it's the third game. The trailer ends on a dream sequence, which is just as weird and amazing as they've always been. I'm so glad they don't seem to be toning down all the strange stuff that makes this series so great. On this last shot of the Mii waking up, I'm pretty sure that her eyes aren't found in the basic options for creating a Mii. The main structure of the eyes looks pretty familiar, but she has some extra eyelashes underneath that could hint towards some more facial options than normal. I don't know if it'll be full Miitopia level, but we can hope. There's also lots of new unique hairstyles as well, but it's unclear if these are just wigs like in the previous game or hairstyles chosen from the Mii maker. The only other thing we know about the game is that it will likely have same-sex relationships this time around, as Nintendo of America pledged to create a more inclusive experience in a new game that better represents all types of players. There's not a whole lot to analyze, but those are my thoughts on what we've seen so far. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments, as well as if I missed anything that might hint at what the game will be like to play once we finally get our hands on it next year. I'm just so happy to see Miis in the spotlight again starring in their own full new original game. 2026 can't come soon enough.